One second, let me just get my bearings.
This one. One more, ma'am.
Namita, where are you? Harshit, where are you? Again, you're checking on the camera. What has fallen apart? Keep one chair. Namita's also sitting there. This is yours? Oh, perfect.
We just asked them.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. If you will let me. Hi, you. I'm talking to you. Thank you.
Hi, Twinkle madam. Author Manoj Jadhav, 101.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Crossword, for this award. I may not deserve it, but I didn't deserve a name like Twinkle either. Not that the names I've come up with after that have been any better, Mrs. Funny Bones and even Baba Twink Dave. Now I think I have to coin yet another moniker, if for nothing else than to say that I'm following in the path of Susan Sontag, who said that a writer has to be four people: a nut, a moron, a stylist, and a critic. Now, a nut comes easy to me. It's the part that dreams up all these ideas and then puts this unfiltered nonsense or regurgitates it onto paper, which masquerades as my first draft. A moron. I strongly, strongly believe in the power of being a moron. I wrote about it last week. The people who think about their stupidity are often the most intelligent because it is only the truly dumb who are convinced of their smartness. The ones, the ones who are secretly wondering if they are idiots are the ones who know that there is so much to know that they clearly don't know enough. If you have understood this sentence, then you're clearly a moron like me, which is also a prime example of an oxymoron. Yeah, I write for a living, so. Stylist is, I guess, the difference between using a word like regurgitate instead of just saying vomit. And critic, this is the most important part, because writers need to have an inflated sense of self-worth while they're writing, to feel that what they're saying is worthy of someone else's attention, and then they have to have the ability to put that ego aside, look at that work objectively, and yes, all of us, listen to your editor, take their suggestions, incorporate them, because I think that is the most important thing a writer needs to do. If I'm standing here, it's because of three writers, three editors who molded me. My first, Saritha Tanwar at DNA, Neelam Raj, who makes sure that my copy is as sharp as it could be in Times of India, and also that I don't write myself into having morchas outside my house every second Sunday. And of course, Chiki Sarkar, the editor and publisher of this book, who cut 10,000 words out of my manuscript and I wanted to stab her in the bloody heart. But in hindsight, it was good because for some odd reason, I decided that I want to throw in as many metaphors instead of pages, which would have been disastrous. So technically, this is her award as much as it is mine, and I thank you on our behalf.
Fantastic. Mrs. Honeybones, thank you so much. Many congratulations. That acceptance speech was a crash course for me on how to be the most successful writers of our country. We're going to move on to our final category in this segment. This is where we see a political mastermind clash with a maestro musician, an exemplary sportsperson, a seasoned journalist, and our very own Mozart from Madras. These are, of course, the stories that inspired not only us, but many of you who participated so enthusiastically in our social media campaign. It's time to present the Popular Award for Biography. Let's take a look at the nominations.